What? Oh no, not Mickey! Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke, and today we're reviewing and reacting Chapter 6 of Rogue Protocol. Yes, this is the third book in the Murderbot Diaries book series. There's the Apple TV Plus called Murderbot. Yes, this is the third book that it's based on. And yeah, we're doing chapter by chapter reactions and reviews. If you want to follow along, you can buy the book from the link in this description below and catch up. If you want to support the channel, you can always join the membership. It's $2 a month. And honestly, it just kind of helps us out. Buys me a cup of coffee, and we'll try to continue to put content out every single day. But let's talk about this chapter, Chapter 6. Okay, it was just okay. Mickey dying was kind of sad, but not really. I don't know how I feel. I didn't connect with Mickey much. There were a few moments in the book overall that Mickey was okay. But outside of that, it seemed worthless, fruitless. And I'll tell you something else I didn't necessarily like. I didn't like that, I didn't like the freeze. I didn't like the freeze, again. I feel like there's another way for Murderbot to go about addressing the corrupted security consultants. I feel like there's another way. I could be wrong. If I'm mistaken about this, please let me know in the comments below. But those are a couple of things I didn't necessarily like. I did like the fight scene at the end. It was kind of cool. Using a tool to defeat the combat units rather than a projectile weapon or the drones again or something else. Using the tool was it reminded me of the first book, which I kind of liked. I liked it a lot, actually. But yeah, the final was kind of anticlimactic. There wasn't much of a resolution. I don't even know that Murderbot got exactly what Murderbot needed. You know? Like, did it get evidence that supports Mince's fight against Grey Chris? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I hope so. I hope so. Murderbot just kind of leaves. And, of course, Mickey told a bean, and Murderbot's frustrated with Mickey for giving out its secret, but Murderbot, I guess, is only accustomed to greedy corporate fat cat humans. And maybe it doesn't know that there's so many just regular people out there who aren't greedy corporate fat cat humans. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Chapter 5 was so good. I could not stop reading Chapter 5. But there was parts of Chapter 6 where they're in the control room and they're discussing, oh, are these security consultants working with the combat units, or did they know that there was combat units, or are they working with Grey Chris, or what's going on? And in previous books, Murderbot had the capacity to find that out. And it could compute the probability of all of that almost immediately. And for some reason, that part of this chapter, I was just like, okay. Like, what? It seems kind of contrived compared to what we've seen before. What we've seen before is kind of cool. But regardless, I liked it. I liked this chapter. I just didn't love it. I didn't love it for a finale. I didn't love it for the content. It was okay. You know? I'm ready to move on to the next book, and I'll tell you, it put me there for sure. I'm ready to just, okay, let's see if Murderbot can move forward. But you've just, you know, you've got a little bit of redundancy. You've got a little bit of what feels like tying up loose ends as quick as possible in order to save the story, in order to get it over with. It feels like a lot of it felt like, hey, let's get this over with. Let's get this over with. I mean, writing Chapter 5 alone must have been a bear monster. How is the writer gonna create tension and fear? And then moving into this one, are you gonna be able to amp it up? Maybe. But then you get kind of to the middle of the chapter and it's like, well, maybe the combat units are more conscientious about what they're doing, and I don't know. We did get another one of those lines from the combat units, which told its intention of like, we're gonna rip you in half, or we're gonna destroy you completely and utterly. I think that's awesome. I love it. I've got some friends that are focused so much that about their goals that like when they wake up to when they go to sleep, that is their life. It's fun, it's interesting, but also when you get into that mode with them, it's almost difficult to talk to them. It's a little strange and it's almost scary, and that's what these combat units had. These combat bots, they're super scary. I think in the previous chapter they said they were 3 meters tall, 10 feet, 10 foot tall, just chasing you down, ripping the door off the ship. And Murderbot's just like, y'all need to get back. We're for sure gonna get, like, I hope we win. I always love that. I always love that. But yeah, this chapter was just okay. I don't know how else to describe it. I wasn't super enthused with the things that were happening. It felt like, I think it first started the kind of like, when they got into that little console area where Murderbot's coming up with a plan for how to delay the combat units and get, you know, the other humans off the ship. And I don't know, that whole part for me was just like, okay, can we get it. What's happening here? I don't know. But the final fight scene was awesome, using the tool, cutting open its core, harkening back to the fact that did it. Mickey using a tactic that it had seen Murderbot possibly do before to try to defeat the combat unit. Mickey obeying an order from its master to protect the humans. I kind of like that. And the way that Mickey's body is described as being utterly and completely crushed is kind of graphic and awesome. But I didn't care. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Did you care about Mickey's death? Did that bother you at all? Was that something that was... Maybe I'm heartless. I don't know. Maybe I'm the Murderbot. But no, I just thought, you know, let's I would have liked to have seen Mickey survive and had its personality changed. It becomes something more different because of this scenario. And now it's just like, oh, we kind of killed a kid, but not really, because it's not really a kid. And it lying to Murderbot, okay. Did it need to? Maybe. Did it need to tell a being the truth? Maybe. I mean, if you think about it, Murderbot would have killed Mickey and a being in a previous iteration. For sure, for knowing the truth. Not letting them live. Because they didn't promise that they wouldn't tell anybody that this is the sec unit with no master. I mean, the moment that they realized the sec unit ran, because he was like, oh yeah, I'll just plan an escape and jump out the lock and get on this other ship. It's like, sure. They would have known. It is beginning to lead me to believe that we're going to start seeing, like, Grey Chris is going to pick up on the rogue sec unit. Are you thwarting my plans? Thwarting your plans? Are you? I think we're going to see that. But, yeah. It's just an okay chapter. Just okay. I would have liked to have seen more. This could have been a 250 page book. And the exact same things could have happened, and we could have gotten a little bit more context, a little bit more execution, more thoughtful. We could have moved the story a little bit slower and more intentionally, I think. I'm also not a big reader, and I've never written a book. So these criticisms come from someone who has no institutional knowledge about what they're talking about. Welcome to the kitchen couch, where we talk about bullshit sometimes. Yeah, we are finished with Rogue Protocol. We're done. No more. So we are going to do the next book coming up soon. But first, we have a full book reaction and review. Talk about the things I liked. Talk about the things I didn't like. Invite some conversation from you all. And then we're going to move on to chapter 4, which I have to get ordered because I don't have it yet. And then we're going to just keep going. Another thing we might do Dune soon. My dad seemed pretty thrilled with this content. He seemed to like it a lot. And so we might do Dune soon because he bought Dune for me. And he's read the books years ago. And I've seen the movie content, the Sci-Fi Channel content that we've seen. I've never read the books. I'm a little nervous. And then we might do another book at the same time as more Murderbot, as it's Appalachian American short stories that I think would be fun. I'm from the area. I'm from the mountains of Western North Carolina. And so reading in the speech pattern of my relatives is going to be quite the time. And I'm going to introduce my Southern accent and we're going to have a good time doing it. So we'll see about that. But I think that's all I've got. So once again, if you like this content, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. I'd love to hear what you all think about chapter 6. And don't forget about the memberships. If you want to support, great. If you don't, that's okay too. It's YouTube. We get it. But until next time, later, taters.